The incident happened at Hyde Park's famous Speaker's Corner. Her injuries are not said to be life-threatening, but you may find the following video disturbing. This footage shows a large group of people gathered in the park. The victim is towards the back. A man dressed in black can be seen violently striking the woman.
Last Sunday, about 3 o'clock or so, just over on the corner over there, Hatun Tash was attacked by a guy who was dressed almost like the Grim Reaper. He had a mask on, good cover, and a big long cloak like this coming down to his feet. There was a small group of people gathered at Speaker's Corner, doing their usual thing, arguing, debating, disputing with each other. Hatun Tash was there. I get along fine with Hatun, and she was. This Grim Reaper type guy came up to her and he pulled out this knife and tried to stab her in the throat or in the head and kill her. He had a couple of swipes and she managed to move away fast enough and only get scraped on the head or on the face roughly. It didn't seem actually penetrated her much. So she got off luckily. And it's now a number of years since I met with the police officer who used to be in charge of coordinating at Speaker's Corner. His name was Steve Barnes. Unfortunately, he's resigned as a result. Well, he didn't resign. He went down ill and then he's retired now. But he was extremely dissatisfied with the collapse of relations between the police and the speakers and the destruction of Speaker's Corner that happened or the attempted destruction of Speaker's Corner that happened over the last year and a half during the coronavirus madness. And Speaker's Corner, I've been here since the end of 1985, beginning of 1986, and there have always been arguments and conflicts, and it's the nature of free speech that you have people who disagree vociferously with each other. Hatun has been quite provocative. I'm not going to dispute that. She's worn the Charlie Hebdo thing in front of Muslims. She directly provokes them. Some of the Muslims directly provoke the Christians. There's always this back and forth. But those who come to Speaker's Corner regularly, like for example Ali Dawa or Manzoor, and I'm pleased to see that the very first people to condemn the attack on her were Manzoor and Ali Dawa. And that shows you what the atmosphere at Speaker's Corner is like. They no doubt have a vociferous dislike of everything she says, but I've seen them stand together and debate with her, because that's what Speaker's Corner is about. It's about us debating our ideas out, even if we completely disagree with each other. And over the last year, that culture of Speaker's Corner, that we do debate regardless of how different our views are, that we're believers in everything that's been told and every measure we've been told to take or not. We argue our case out, we discuss our case out. We don't pull out fists and knives and guns and batons. And it's the police who've been using batons against us over the last year. Hatun was arrested by the police at least once. I remember meeting her shortly after that arrest last time, and we had a chat about a month and a half ago. She was arrested by the police here at Speaker's Corner. And when they came to arrest her, the police charged in with a car into the crowd, right into the middle of a Muslim meeting. So, it's not Muslim against Christian going on here. Although we debate and argue, and some people come into the midst of it and think, crack, and now they're arguing severely. In actual fact, strip away the surface appearance, and this is a community of difference where we come together and disagree with each other. And that is the essence of what British democracy is supposed to be about. Unfortunately, a lot of people are seeking to undermine that and destroy that. Whether it be Islamic fundamentalists, whether it be people trying to attack just the Muslims, or attack just the Christians, or attack just the people who are against lockdown, or even attack the people who are pro-lockdown. Only attack them and only threaten them and so on. So we need to get out of this morass we've entered into, whereby discussion and debate is wiped out and force is used as the mechanism for controlling people and for shaping debate and argument, and censorship is used as the primary means of control. And what we need to get back to and to revitalise and to extend everywhere in the country is open democratic debate. And what was interesting as well was when they attacked Hatun, when this guy attacked Hatun and tried to murder her, and it was quite clearly a terrorist attack, so I don't know why the police are trying to make out it's not. It's quite obviously a terrorist attack, I mean, more than anything else I've seen. But when they tried to, when this guy attacked her, the regular, I mean, there was only a small group because it was pouring with rain on Sunday, don't forget, but amongst them, there were a significant number of Muslims there, and they ran after this guy trying to catch him, you know. Unfortunately, one guy who was filming, I believe he's a Muslim Somalian or Eritrean, he ran over there when he saw what happened. And when he ran over there again to try and maybe film the guy, catch him, see what happened, some guy turned around and attacked him, like had a go at him. Like he was an enemy, like a knee-jerk reaction, that's an enemy, when he was helping to try and catch the enemy. And so we need to draw back from this. It's not a fight between Islam and Christianity. It's not a fight between the lockdown versus anti-lockdown. It's a fight to maintain the fundamental principles of democratic debate, which mean conflict, disagreement, argument, debate, open and honest discussion. And not violence and force. And that's what we have to try and revitalise. And that's why I hope you come down to Speaker's Corner. I'll be coming down here at 3 o'clock on Sunday. We might come down here on Saturday or Friday as well, and try and push this issue. I don't want people coming down here trying to destroy Speaker's Corner by, for example, coming down here on Sunday and attacking Muslims. That's not what we need. What we need is people to come down here and unite together the different views we've got, and we're all united against using violence against the others when we disagree with them. And we condemn outright and completely the terrorist attack on Hatun, and stand up for her right to say her point of view, even if we completely disagree with it. That's Speaker's Corner, that's what it is, that's what we're here for. That's why we love it. That's why Britain is famous for it. That's what we need to defend. Thanks.
What would you say to anyone that's coming down in support for Hatun on Sunday? Because obviously I know there's been people calling to have a show of...
It's good that they're coming down. It wouldn't be good if they come down and attack Muslims.
No.
They need to come down and discuss with the Muslims and debate about how we can try and isolate these tiny number of mad individuals who think that murdering someone is the solution. And they should thank Ali Dawa, and they should thank Mansour, who are regular speakers at Speaker's Corner, who were the very first people. Ali Dawa was here just minutes afterwards making a declaration of utter condemnation of what had happened. So this is the positivity of Speaker's Corner. Here we learn to live with each other. You know, that's what's beautiful about it. That's what brings us down here. And that we need to defend. We don't need to drive the other out thinking they're responsible. This would be a disaster. And it will achieve nothing. So we're in defence. You know, that phrase, I think it's Danton or Robespierre, or whoever it is, you know, I will defend your right. I don't agree with what you say, but I'll defend your right to say it to the death. That's what Speaker's Corner is about, and that's what we need to do. And I've been here, say, since 1985, end of 85, beginning of 86. Once in a while there's a fight here, once in a while. But given the number of people and the ferocity of the arguments and conflicts we're dealing with, it's a tiny amount of violence compared we walk down Oxford Street or at the pubs at night time or whatever, you know. And people are stabbed all around London. This is different though. This is quite clearly a terrorist attack. And so that's why we need to unite together. The Muslims, the Christians, the atheists, and all fight for free speech.
Do you want to define terrorist attack? Define it, because what do you mean? Because people might get confused as to what that is.
Well, I mean, it's the difference between, you know, a kid on the street stabbing someone because they're part of a drug gang and they want to get a bit of territory back,
right.
Or someone stabbing someone because they, you know, they insulted their brother, or
right.
You know, and then someone motivated because of what Hatun does, which is provoke, motivated by that to try and murder her,
right.
You know, because of her belief system. So that I think is how we can define this as a terrorist attack,
right.
And it's a murder of an individual. This guy obviously, or attempted murder, and this guy is obviously trying to, you know, he thinks there's some sort of fatwa, you know, violent fatwa against her. and you know, it's madness. And I'm, as I said, the most pleasing thing out of this was that Ali Darwan Manzoor and a couple of others with them immediately condemned the attack. And if you check on the internet, you check the timeline, they were the first, you know, quite rightly. And they should get, Hatun and them should get together and speak together. I hope she comes down on Sunday. So I wish her well, and I wish her Jay also is one of that group. You know, I've always got along with them. I don't agree with them, but I've always got along with them. You know, that's what we do. We argue our case out, and afterwards we have a chat. We have a cup of tea. We get along. That's how we learn. Thanks.